What makes a person of interest?
Hey folks, how you doing tonight? Coach Micheal Burt. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to share this over to Facebook tonight as well, if it will let me. See if we can get this party started. We're going to let some folks jump on tonight, guys. Hope you're doing great. Coach Micheal Burt. I'm at the Greatness Factory of Nashville. So we are excited to be with you tonight on this topic that I think is going to be an absolute game changer for you. Absolute game changer. If you're joining us tonight, we've got almost 200 people that are going to be on here tonight. So as you come on, just for Coach Burt, why don't you let me know where you are in the world? We're attracting people from all over the world, and man, it does my heart good. So good to see people coming in. So as you join tonight, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, get out of here. Holly Perry, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry I missed you today, Holly. Had all kinds of things going on. South Carolina, Brett Coffee. Look at all these folks. Richard, how you doing, man? Josh Parsons. There we go. St. Louis, Missouri, Fresno, California. Look at all these people on here. What an incredible group. Lisa, how you doing? I left you a message last week. I'm going to raise my desk up just a little bit to get a good view here. Northport, Florida. Brian White, the man, the myth, and the legend. John Muscott coming out of nowhere. Come on, John. Come on, John. Let's go. Let's do this tonight, man. It's going to be a great topic. You guys are really, really, really gonna enjoy this. Nigeria. I'd like to see somebody beat that one. All the way from Nigeria. Caught some blue marlins today. Fairview, Tennessee. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, good, guys. Good. All right, we got about 200 people registered for tonight's webinar, so I'm excited about being with you. I'm Coach Micheal Burt. I like to refer to myself as the super coach, right? First was a women's basketball coach for a decade, and then at 31 years old, retired from that to start coaching business people over the last really 15 years, coach some of the top business people in the world. And I'm going to get into this concept of person of interest. How do you become a person of interest in the world? And if you get this one right, it absolutely changes everything for you. Right? If you have all the strategies that I teach, out of all the books that I've written, if you get this one right and you really understand how to be a person of interest in the world, it changes the game, because you are no longer chasing business, but you have become so valuable in the world that you are literally waking up every day and business is absolutely chasing you. And it is such a good position, because as I write about in the book, Person of Interest, and if you haven't gotten the book, Person of Interest, I really encourage you. I think it's free at my website. You pay the shipping and handling. And if you hadn't gotten that, I talk about the difference between being a buyer versus a seller. And when you shift from being a buyer to the seller, you are now, Brett Coffee, in a position of strength. You're in a position of power, because you are no longer chasing people. People are literally chasing you because of the value, the tremendous value that you're creating in the world. And that's really what we're going to talk about tonight. How do you become a person of interest? The backstory on this book that I wrote many years ago, that's actually become more popular today than it was when I first wrote it, was that I was a women's basketball coach. I became very popular because I was winning lots of games. People were constantly asking me, what am I doing? Or what are you doing with those kids, is what they would say. And I would say, man, I don't have time to explain it. So I'm going to begin writing books about it. And this was my first step into becoming a person of interest, is I began writing books. And when I had a book, I had a message, and the message got me in front of people. And you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it a million times. You don't need more money. You need more people. The people have the money. So at 31 years old, I had won a championship. I had written 4 books at that time. Part of being a person of interest is writing books, having intellectual property, sharing your message with the world, saying something that matters, something that moves people and stirs souls and touches hearts. And, I was out there really sharing this message with the world. And I began having demand. And at 31 years old, I retired from athletic coaching. I talk about that in the book, Single Digit Millionaire. I left athletic coaching and I started a speaking business. And very quickly, now I'm an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs only get paid when they solve a problem, when they make a sale. Money changes hands when problems are solved. So I go out, I start my business, and very quickly people begin to say to me, you got to join the chamber. You got to make 100 phone calls. You got to chase business. You got to chase leads. And so I go down this path. I join the chamber. I chase leads. I do these things only to figure out, man, chasing anything sucks. Can I get an amen on that one? And anything that feels chase runs. So on a Saturday morning, I'm having breakfast with my friend. Thank you for the amens. I'm having breakfast with my friends, Sam, and I say to my buddy, I wrote down 3 words on a napkin: person of interest. I said, man, I'm going to build a business that is so attractive, that is so interesting, that is so dynamic, that I'm going to have people from all over the world, Micheal Burt, calling me, wanting to be part of what I'm doing, wanting to be involved with me. And that's going to open doors of opportunity and investments and real estate plays and joint ventures. And I'm just not interested in leads. I'm interested in opportunity. Okay. I'm interested in opportunity. And when you are a person of interest, opportunity is beating on your door every single day. If you traveled around with me today and see real estate plays, joint ventures, partnerships, new businesses, right? Like it's every day, man. I actually have to have people that just do nothing but manage all that opportunity because the flurry of activity that I take in a day. So thank you for joining me tonight, guys. I've given it just a few minutes, getting it warmed up. I'm going to go about 35 to 40 minutes. I'm going to give you my best shot. I've been coaching people all day, and I'm excited. This is one of my favorite topics to talk about because I believe at the end of the day, man, you were hardwired to become known, renowned, famous, somebody in the world, to do something big in the world. I do not believe you were hardwired to just go unnoticed in the world. I believe you have a desire to be known, to be counted, to be renowned. The word famous means to be known. That's all it means, right? You're known. You're a known person in the world. You're a known quantity in the world. People know who you are. So thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to give you 35 or 40 minutes of coaching. I'll take questions at the end. I always have an offer at the end for you to do something with me, for you to join me. Thank you, Josh, for you to be part of what it is that I'm doing in some way. And tonight is no different. I'm gonna encourage you to come to a boot camp I'm doing on this topic for 2 days at my lodge in Tennessee. And I promise you, you will walk out of there with a strategy to become a person of interest. So let's get this party started. We've got 110 people on tonight. If at any point you have a question for me, please feel free to ask me. I'm at the New Greatness Factory of Nashville, and I'm so excited about this 9,000 square foot that we're bringing to life. It is an incredible space. It is part of my person of interest strategy. People of interest are creating, they're moving, they're shaking, they're partnering, they're doing something. So my guess is you are real good at what you do. You're real talented, but you're not real known. How many of you believe, raise your hand if you believe you're very good at what it is you do, but you're not real known. Okay. Look at all those hands go up. Some people go like, both hands up. That's me. He's talking to me. I feel the same way. When I spoke at 10X, I can't tell you the number of people who came up to me and said, I had no idea who you were. Oh my gosh, where have you been? Why do I not know you? Like, right? I went from being unknown to being known, literally in an hour. I walked around Mandalay Bay. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody asked me for an autograph. Nobody bought my books. I speak on Saturday morning, right after Cardone. Within an hour, we had 500 to 1,000 people in line. We had done over 200,000 of business. We went on to do about $1 million of business, all because I went from being unknown to known. I was real good, but I wasn't real known. And if you're out there, person of interest is for you, because it's like, hey, I'm good, but nobody knows it. I've worked my whole life to be good, but nobody knows it. I've pushed to be good, but nobody knows it. And I'm not talking good locally. Think about it this way. First, we need to dominate the local market. Then we need to dominate the whole market. We first dominate our local market, the backyard, and then we want to dominate the whole yard. Okay. So number one problem you got is you're real good, but you're not real known. Number two, your problem really is obscurity, meaning you have something valuable, but you don't know how to get it out. Tonight, you're going to see that there's two parts of becoming a person of interest. And this is never before content that I've shared with anybody, because I keep going deeper on the concept. I wrote this up last night, by the way. This is not canned. This is new and fresh and interesting. And I just wrote it up last night. So here's the deal. There's two parts of being known. One is the organic side of just becoming good, just working the muscle, just honing the diamond, just getting better. And then the part of marketing and branding and telling the world that you have something valuable. And that many times is where most people struggle with, just to be honest with you, is they've worked the muscle to build a skill. We're going to call that a primary skill. That skill solves a problem for someone. That's the exchange of money, but you're still doing it on a very local level. You're not becoming known on planet Earth. You're not, right. And your market is not local. Your market is the planet. So figure out in your business how you can sell something to every person on the planet, maybe even Mars. Okay. Number three is, I believe you have a desire to be a known quantity in the world, and not to live a life of obscurity, or not to live a life that you don't do anything big, but to really live a life that at the end of your life, no matter when that is, you can say this was a life well lived. I think about the Thoreau definition of success. If one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live a life that only he can imagine, he will meet with success unexpected in common hours. Meaning, I can't see your future. The only person that can see your future is you. If you don't manifest that future, it's not my fault. It's not other people's fault. It's your fault. I can't see it. My wife can't see my future. My kids can't see my future. My future lived in my imagination. It is up to me to have the self-discipline to manifest that future. So if you want to become known, let's go be known. Let's go be somebody in the world. Let's not talk about being somebody in the world. Let's be somebody in the world. So here are some core beliefs on this concept. Number one, see if you agree. If you agree with me, raise your hand. Number one, the people who get the most attention get the most opportunity. How many of you believe that? People who get the most attention get the most opportunity. The real estate agents that get the most attention close the most deals. The mortgage originators that get the most attention. The boutique owners that get the most attention get the most deals. The health people who get the most attention. The people who get the most attention. Best known beats best product. Best known beats best product. Best known beats best product. Just remember, okay, there ain't one good thing Coca-Cola is good for you, folks, but it's the best known. Right? Best known beats the best product. Okay. You can put Coca-Cola and something healthy and Coca-Cola wins because it's best known. You got to remember that. If I don't know you, I can't come to you for your business. So this means leads, LaDawn Townsend. It means strategic partnerships. It means access to new networks. It means new deals. And by George, it means new money. Who's in for that one? Okay. Think about all these things. This is what it means. This is what it means. Okay. When you become a person of interest, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have more leads. You're going to have strategic partnership. You're going to get access to new networks. We're going to call those new associations. You're going to get new deals, and you're going to make a lot more money, folks. If that's what you're interested in, then guess what? You signed up for the right webinar tonight. Now, here's the deal, Chris Yarbrough. The purpose of tonight's webinar is to introduce you to a concept that I created many years ago. Okay. I can't give you everything because this is a big concept, guys. I could never give you person of interest, like me trying to teach, War and Peace in 30 or 40 minutes. Like I can't give you everything, but this will at least get you started on thinking about what makes you different and unique in the world. So I want to thank you for investing in yourself. It was really through a coaching program that I invested in when I was 33 or 34 years old. I had just made my first $100,000 of personal income. I went to a coaching program. The program was built around one dude and his mindsets, and he didn't teach the class. Somebody else did, because I was in that little $100,000 level, right? But in my third session, that dude came in. And what I noticed when the dude came in, the person of interest, is that everybody perked up. Everybody got their notepads out. Everybody said, oh, that's the dude right there. And here, people were like this. Everything, pages and pages of notes, because that's the man. That's what happens when you're a person of interest. When you walk in, everybody's like, that's the dude right there. And there is no better feeling than showing up. It's so cool for me when I speak at my lodge and I'm down in the bedroom and everybody's there and they come from all over the country. And then it's time. And then it's like, oh, there's Coach Burt. And then they say, man, he's a lot smaller than I thought he was. Now, here's my point. Man, it's a cool feeling to walk in and know I'm the man. Okay. I'm the man. You're the man. And you're the one man. Okay. So here's the deal. When I made that investment in myself and he walked into the room, that was really the first revelation I had about person of interest. Because here's what I said. Why are these people coming from around the country? Why did all of these people pull out their notepads? Why did they all perk up? Why did they sit in the first 1/3 of their seat? Why are they so interested? Because he is an interesting person. The opposite of interesting is boring. Okay. Disinteresting. Like I was coaching an accountant today. And what we're working on is person of interest strategy. How do you take something boring, mortgages, insurance, accounting, and make it sexy and interesting? How do you take something and separate yourself? How do you, right? So I'm sitting in the room and I'm this 30-something-year-old entrepreneur and I write down person of interest, man. Okay. Like that was my first revelation. Then sitting at that restaurant on that Saturday, I'm like, I'm going to become a person of interest. Because when I become a person of interest, people are going to be calling me. They're going to want to do something with me. They're going to be interested in me. That's what I said. I don't want to chase. And if you're out there and you're thinking this, man, I'm tired of chasing. The market is telling you something. The market is telling you that you're not yet a person of interest. Okay. So thank you for investing in yourself tonight. Because when you invest in yourself, you get the knowledge you need to play at a higher frequency. Okay. So I was tired of chasing business. 2 or 3 years into my business, I was tired of chasing business. I was tired of going to the Chamber of Commerce events where people wanted to drink wine versus do business. And I figured out that those people were not economic buyers. They didn't have any money. They were working for the economic buyer. So no matter, like they didn't have any money to give me. And so I wrote down on that napkin, person of interest. So here's the big question to start us off. How do you become so valuable and known that people are chasing you? How do you become a must-have versus a nice-to-have? Okay, this is very important, so don't miss this. I'm gonna lean in. Every contract is up for renewal at some point. And when that contract comes up for renewal, you are either a nice-to-have or you're a must-have. And if you're a must-have, they say we can cut everything else, but you're not cutting that one person. Okay. So there are 2 parts of this equation. I want you to write these down. Part number 1 is you become more valuable to the world when you find your primary skill, right, Devin? And you use that skill to create something. Listen to the words I'm saying. Create something, solve something, or improve something. Okay? Part of being a person of interest is you have found your primary skill and you are using your primary hard skill to create something new, to solve some kind of big problem in the world, or to improve something, right? The Greatness Factory is my newest invention. And then we can do greatness factories for kids, whatever. Okay. But I got to get the Greatness Factory. It's a concept. It improves upon other concepts. It's got third dimensions to those concepts. It's creating something and improving something. When I was a women's basketball coach, I was the only person that had a website. I was the only person that was writing books. I was the only person that was doing certain things that made me different. Okay. So for you, the way you become a person of interest is the way you become valuable is you got a real hard skill. Hard skill means you can fix something, solve something, sell something, create something. You are creating something. Okay. The second thing to being a person of interest is you learn how to create the perception and the reality that you are a person of interest. Anybody can create a perception. Okay. Anybody can pretend to fly around on private jets. Anybody can pretend to have expensive cars. Anybody can pretend to live at an expensive house that they rent. Anybody can do that. When you marry the perception that you are a big time person with the reality that you are a big time person, your person of interest score goes through the roof because you're matching up what people think. It's like, dang, this dude not only talks it, he is legitimate. And this is something I'm very proud of. I don't just talk about being a good coach. I coach thousands of people a month. Okay. I've devoted my whole life to coaching people. So LaDawn said, what are the two? Number one, you become more valuable to the world by using a primary skill. We got to find that skill to create something, solve something, improve something. Number two, you learn how to create the perception. That means you're documenting what you're doing and you match that with the reality. Like when I'm coaching people, I'm like, you can't just jump. You don't jump from A to Z. You have to put the work in between. It's like you're at A, you're trying to get to B. You don't jump from A to B, folks, unless you put the work in between. So when people meet you, they're like, dang, this dude's better in person than I ever thought he was. Why? You can't fake it. Kiyosaki said, when he wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad, or Sharon Lecter wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad with him, that he got a call from Oprah Winfrey. And Oprah said, I want you to be on my show tomorrow. And she said, where are you? And he said, I'm in Hawaii. And she said, get on a plane right now. Here's what he said that I never forgot. You don't have time to practice when you have 24 hours to be on Oprah Winfrey. You either know it or you don't know it. You've either spent a lifetime good or not. Okay. Now, so let's start with number one. How we doing out there, folks? Give me a high five if we're doing good. LaDawn Townsend, how we doing out there? California, folks, how we doing out there? If you're out there and you're doing good, let me know, man. I'm doing good. This is good material. Okay. Look at all those folks. Martin, what's up? Claire, Alan, thank you so much, guys. Even Coach needs a little high five every now and then. Jeff, Jesse, Kelly Eisler, you're one of my favorites. James, come on. We got to write that book, man. It'll write itself. Okay. All right. Artie, thank you very much. Thank you guys for the thing. I'm drinking a Slam, right? Advocare Slam, a little B12 shot. Now, here's what we got. Let's break this down. We're going to put this into two categories, okay? Number one, how do we become more valuable? Okay, this is where it's going to get some fun here, LaDawn. We're going to have some fun here. And I'm going to see LaDawn at my lodge. Eric White, where you at? LaDawn Townsend, we're going to see at our lodge in February. Okay, number one, let's break it down. All POIs know and have developed what's called a hard primary skill over a long cycle of time. In essence, they have a superior ability. Notice the word I said. You have a superior ability, Sam Bates. some superior skill set. It's typically detected early in life. It's typically detected by other people. It's typically, right? It's typically found in you early. Like when I look at my 8-year-old daughter, she has certain abilities. Sullivan may call them unique abilities. Okay. Right, Catherine Bass? There's certain abilities she has. I'm like, she's really good at that. And I told my wife, because we've been in Florida the last couple of days, I'm like, our daughter is either going to end up selling something or communicating in some way or persuading people. Like she has a gift in that. Don't know where she got it, but she's got it. Now, here's my point. What is your superpower? Your superpower is trying to help a person understand this today. Has to be used to solve a problem for another person. Think of this ability as an asset. An asset adds time, energy, money, or creativity. Your unique ability, in the words of Sullivan, your special skill set adds something to other people. Okay, I do this so that other people can do this. If it doesn't solve a problem for me, there's no exchange of money. Okay. I need an exchange here. I give you my talent. You give me your love. I give you my talent. You give me something. I give you, right? Olivia Newton-John. I don't know why I picked her, but she said, I give them my music and my fans give me their admiration. That's an exchange, folks. That's an incredible exchange. Okay. There's an exchange happening here. Okay. So think of it this way. Your superpower adds something: creativity, energy, momentum, money, time. Jeff, Jesse, there's something. There's an exchange. If I have an average skill set and I give you that skill set, you're like, shoot, man, average skill sets make average money. Money doesn't buy you freedom. Okay. Skills buys you freedom. Okay. If I had a cowbell or Brad Lee's dropping bombs, that'd be a bomb right there, folks. Money don't buy you freedom. The money you make is in direct proportion to the skill level you have. Skills buys you freedom because the better your skill, the more money you're going to make. Okay. So number one, what is your superpower? People of interest have a superpower. Tom Cruise does his own stunts. Oprah Winfrey asks great questions. Okay. Just think about all the people of interest. Some people have a hard skill of selling. Some people have the hard this. Okay. So here's the deal. I create reality. That's good. I create something. Okay. Person of interest has these 4 things. Number one, an impeccable, a specific knowledge. A person of interest does not have a general knowledge. They have a specific knowledge. Think heart surgeon versus general practitioner. Think heart surgeon versus general practitioner. Okay. People of interest are specialist, not generalist. Okay. Heart surgeon. So here's the deal. If you're a CPA, are you a general CPA? Are you a specialist CPA? If you're a coach, are you just a regular coach? Are you a super coach? If you're right, if you're this, if you're a banker, or are you a high net worth banker? Navy SEAL versus in the Navy. Everybody see that? Specialist versus generalist. People of interest are known for something. What are you known for? What do you want to be known for in the world? I want to be known for the number 1 activator of prey drive in the world. To know that, I got to know that. Okay. I got to be able to activate prey drive in people. So number 1, you got a specific knowledge. I would love to see what you think your specific knowledge is. It's a very specific knowledge set that you have. If you think you know what it is, type it in the comments, folks. Okay. And John, you said I create reality. How do you create reality? Josh, transformation versus transaction. Okay. What do you think your specific knowledge set is? Okay. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2, people of interest have an impeccable skill set. The skill is used to solve. Hey, Andrea, the skill is used to solve a real or perceived problem. Now, I'm going to give you an example here. I was flying back from Chicago one night and I'm on the plane with Ram Charan, and you may or may not know who Ram Charan is. Ram Charan is one of the top consultants in the world, was hired by some of the best companies to help them become profitable. That was his skill set. And I got off the plane and he had armed bodyguards. Okay. Armed bodyguards. Hey, Cameron. And I'm like, why does the dude have armed bodyguards? Like he's just a consultant. And I went over to him and the bodyguard said, no, you got to step back. And I'm like, I thought he was just a consultant. Like, why are you protecting him? And here's what they said that I'll never forget. They said, this dude so valuable to the company that hired him that they don't want anybody to mess with him. They don't want anything to happen to him. Okay. That's how valuable this dude is. How valuable do you have to be? And you got such a skill set that people say, don't mess with that dude. Don't let anybody mess with that dude. He is so valuable to us. He is our secret weapon. That's person of interest status, folks. So number one, you got a specific knowledge. Number two, you got an impeccable skill. That skill is used to solve a problem. I call that your primary skill. Okay. Number three, so important to the equation, ties into my new book I'm writing called Flip the Switch. You have an ambitious and unwavering prey drive. The people of interest have a strong desire to create something from nothing, add something to something, and do something risky and unique that serves other people. I was telling my team yesterday that, and I don't have to build greatness factories. I don't have to do these things. It costs me time, costs me money. I could play it safe. I could make $1 million a year being a coach, take it to the house, take a lot of time off. I don't have to push this hard, but I do. Why? Because I want to do big things, man. I got an ambition. I got an unwavering prey drive. Prey drive is in animals, Brett. It is an instinct in an animal to stalk something, to capture it, and to kill it. In a human, it is the ability to see something and have the persistence and intensity to pursue it. It's like, I'm getting off the fence. I'm writing the book. I'm doing it. I'm not playing small, right? I don't have a desire to play at a local level. I'm going to take it all the way. How many of you, you're inspired when you see somebody doing something big? You're like, man, I want to do something big. I want to be big time. I want to do something amazing. I want to live a remarkable life. People of interest have got ambition, which is an energy towards something, the willingness to risk everything to become big. Okay. Elon Musk, look at him, richest dude in the world. Now, how much ambition does that dude have? Right? You wake up one day and he's the richest dude in the world, right? Why? Because he kept betting. He kept betting. He kept betting. Bezos owns 16% of Amazon, right? 16%, folks. It's crazy. What did he do? For 10 years, he didn't take a profit. How many of you would go 10 years without taking a profit because you would bet on something? You bet on you. And number four, characteristic of people of interest is they have a contagious confidence. This comes from long cycles of working the muscle, removing a consideration. Consideration is an internal thought that prohibits an external action, and from feedback from the market. They believe they can do things other people can do. Okay. A person of interest has a confidence about them. It is not an arrogance. Arrogance is when your self-appraisal is much higher than your market value. A person of interest has a contagious confidence that they can make it work. It's going to be a fight, but they can make it work. I want you to type in the comments, out of these four things, where do you need help the most? Is it you don't have a specific knowledge, you don't have an impeccable skill, you don't have an ambitious and unwavering prey drive, or you don't have a contagious confidence? Now, I was coaching a guy today. He said, I'm 50 years old, man. I don't have a drive to do this. I'm like, I'm thinking in my mind, man, you ain't dead. You're not dead yet. You're just 50. Okay. I'm 44. You're only 6 years older than me, man. You're not ready to check out. I'm coaching all kinds of people that are 70. Okay. Now, what we're doing is we're uncovering your deficiency here. If you want to be a person of interest, I have never met a lazy person of interest. You got to figure out what it is you're missing, man. These are ingredients. So here are the four things that people of interest, four components are used to do these things. Number one, create something. So I would ask you, what are you creating? What are you creating right now? Number two, add something to something. Okay. Add something to some. People of interest make something better, folks. They see an injustice in the world and they improve it. They see an opportunity and they improve it. They see something and they enhance it. People of interest enhance something. They don't leave it like it is, okay? Number three, solve something, or number four, sell something. So let me go through these again. People of interest create something. They add something to something. Hope this is triggering something in your mind. They solve a problem in the world and they sell something. Okay, they sell something. Those are the four things people of interest do. Now, there's an economic side to this. Think Elon Musk solves this problem, becomes the wealthiest person in the world. So take a moment and boil it down into this: knowledge, skill, desire, confidence. Those are the four basic ingredients of people of interest: knowledge, skill, desire, confidence. Okay. Now, if you're out there and you're watching this tonight and you're going, man, this is good. Number one, give me a high five. I love my pastor says, if I'm preaching good, you can give me an amen, right? Also, what's up, Jesse? If you're out there, I want to strongly encourage you to come and spend 2 days with me at my person of interest boot camp. Okay. If you're out there and you're watching this tonight, Eric White's going to type in the notes, February 17 and 18. February 17 and 18, I'm doing 2 days on this concept at the lodge. This is a little bitty piece of what I'm going to teach in 2 days. You come and spend 2 days with me at my lodge, you're going to learn this concept like crazy. Okay. If you're out there and you're watching, it's a $2,500 investment. It's the best investment you will ever make, learning how to be a person of interest, because you're going to take that 2,500 and you're going to make thousands and thousands of dollars if you do it right. Okay. Eric White's in here, Eric at coachburt.com. If you want to take that offer, Eric can help you. Okay. Eric can help you. Eric at coachburt.com. He'll put his message in here, or you can take action on the link. It's $2,500 for those that take action tonight. Okay. For those that take action tonight, Eric, I'm going to do a special thing for them on night number 1. Okay. The people who are out there who take action tonight, I'm going to do a special private dinner for those people of interest that take action, private dinner with me on the very first night of the person of interest boot camp. I'm only doing that for the people that take action tonight, by the way. So if it's 5 people, it's 5 people that are going to get a private dinner with me talking about their person of interest strategy. There will be a virtual option. So if you want that virtual option, see Eric White, Eric at coachburt.com, and he will take action on that. The virtual option is $497. So the virtual option is $497 for 2 days. The 2-day in-person boot camp is $2,500. Best price boot camp I have, folks. Okay. Maybe Bonefish. Hey, secret. Okay. Don't be giving away my secrets, Catherine. But you know I like Bonefish a lot. So private dinner is probably going to be at Bonefish with me. Okay. But you got to take action tonight, and you got to get the $2,500 offer to have the private dinner with me. And I'm only doing it for people that do it tonight. Now, let's get into component number 2. Component number 2 of person of interest. Now that you see some people dropped off, don't drop off on me, folks, because you can't be a person of interest if you don't go all the distance. If you don't know what your primary skill is, you can't take it to the next level, because you don't even know what you got, man. You can't give away what you don't possess. Can I get right? Okay. Come on, Brad Fowler. You can't give away what you don't possess. Okay. Now, part number 2 of this is a very important part. And to be honest with you, Michael Coates, I really didn't learn this part until the last 5 years. When I spoke at 10X, it taught me a valuable lesson. What it taught me was that it doesn't matter how good you are. Don't miss what I'm about to tell you. It's my buddy Tim Story says, look at me. Look at me. It doesn't matter how good you are if you don't learn how to market and promote your skill. You have to learn the second part of becoming a person of interest. One is the organic side of working the muscle to become an expert. The other side is, how do I appropriately market and promote myself to the marketplace? And this is where the branding, positioning strategy comes in. Okay. The second component of person of interest is becoming known and famous. You become known when you have a special talent. Think about it as how we look at artists or entertainers and how intrigued we are, how fascinated we are with artists and entertainers. Why? Because they have a very special skill. Okay. And because they have a very special skill, we are fascinated by them. We think of them as they're up here and we're down here. You have a talent, you have a passion to pursue. Your talent and passion inspires other people. Your pursuit inspires other people. Others see you, don't miss this, as a person of advancement. You are exuding what's called an impression of increase. Okay. Okay. This goes back to the science of getting rich in Wallace D. Wattles. You are exuding to other people. You are giving off an impression of increase. When I'm with you, I feel better about me. How many of you know a person right now that when you're in their presence, you want to play at a higher frequency? How many of you know a person right now? Type in that person. When you're around that person, just by being around you, just by being around them, I want to play a higher frequency. Just by being around them, I want to play at a higher level. Just by doing something, I want to play at a higher level. Just by talking to them, I want to do something higher level. Okay. Come on. Thank you. Okay. We know these people, what people of interest. When I'm around you, how do I feel about me? Do I feel better about me or worse about me? Do I feel an impression of increase or do I feel an impression of decrease? So just want you to understand, branding comes before marketing. So think of it this way. Because you are pursuing your dreams in an unwavering way, your mere action and persistence inspires me. Like I'm watching you. Remember this word, documenting. You are not telling me what you're doing. You are documenting what you're doing. You're not telling me what you're doing. You are documenting what you're doing. I'm watching you. Facebook, Instagram, I'm watching you do it. Okay. Branding is becoming known. People have to know about this ambition you got. They have to see it. This is where perception comes in. They watch you, they're documenting, they're part of it. Okay. Once you have your primary skill, it is now time to build demand for your skill. Branding comes before marketing. Branding is about becoming known. So the question becomes, how do you become known? How do you become known? There's three things I want to give you. Number one, you have a core message. I was telling my accountant today that I'm coaching. You have a core message. You have something to say. You have a set of beliefs. You have a cadence and a rhythm. We teach this. We will teach this at the Person of Interest Boot Camp, February 17th and 18th. We will work through your message. Without a message, you can't be a messenger. You don't have anything to say. You don't have anything for me to line up with. You don't have anything for me to believe in. I need something to believe in. I need somebody to believe in. Number two, you can share this message in any setting. One of my favorite messages, you don't need more money, you need more people. Number three, you say your message with a conviction, with an energy, with a passion. Raise your hand if you don't feel like you have a core message. Okay, if you're out there and you're watching this and you say, man, I don't have a core message. I do not have this is part of my person of interest problem. Okay, now let me give you some examples. When I first started, my first message was, a good coach can change your life. I gave hundreds of speaking engagements, hundreds of videos, hundreds of podcasts, hundreds of Facebook messages, right? Hundreds of Instagram, and speaking on stages to new people constantly, right? Forming strategic partnerships. So what I started doing is I said, man, I got a message and I got to go give that message to as many people as I can. Most people don't have a message. So think of it this way. I have a song to sing. and I have people to sing that song to. I have a song to sing and I have people to sing that song to. Letitia, it's like this. I got a core message. I can share that message in any setting. And number three, I say that message with a conviction. I believe what I'm saying. I have a conviction about me. And that's really what you're selling. Set of beliefs, right? Now, you got to understand one thing, folks. This ain't a business. This is show business. It ain't business. It's show. I don't care if you're selling insurance, mortgages, real estate. It is not business. It is show business. And when you get this concept that this is show business, okay? So think of it like this. You got to get people to the tent, man. P.T. Barnum. And to do that, they need to see you and your whole life every day. They need to see the good. I had this video the other day that I was doing, and I was getting ready. I was making breakfast. I had my cutoff shirt on from working out, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, dang, that video's already got 1,000 views on it. Why? Because they get to see me. One day I'm eating backstage before I speak. They get to see me. And I told my camera guy, Mike Dole, document it. Document everything, man. See me having a breakdown. See me getting frustrated. See me putting a multi-million-dollar deal together. See me going home at 8 o'clock at night being exhausted. See me behind the scenes with my 8-month-old son. Like, don't tell people that I work hard. Show people I freaking work hard. Show them the life of a coach. It ain't business, it's show business, folks. Show. And don't tell people. It ain't show and tell, it's show. Document, okay? So here's the perception. You're moving. You're creating. What happens if you look bad when you're documenting? Don't matter. That's what people need to see. They need to see the vulnerability. They need to see the bad side. They need to see it all, man. That's why we watch the Kardashians. That's why we want to see what's going on. What's the next problem? What's the next issue? That's why we're watching Undercover Billionaire. We want to see, can they make it? Can they turn $100 into $1 million? So here's a perception you need to build. Number one, you're moving. If you're static, you're never going to be a person of interest. Never. Never in a million years will you be a person of interest. People of interest are moving. They are creating. They're doing something big. I'm about to release a partnership where I acquire another coaching company. I'm about to release a new book. I'm about to release the opening of the Greatness Factory. I'm about to release the licensing of Greatness Factories. I'm hiring new people. Okay? Think acquisitions. Think new programs. Think new partnerships. Think new messages. Okay? You are not static. You are dynamic. You are curious. You're interesting. You are an interesting person. You're doing cool things. You're moving about the planet, right? So new book, new partnership, acquisitions, new deals. And here's the deal. You're documenting it all. Good days, bad days, different days. You have new products. Here's a big part, folks. You're adding new people. You're adding new. You can't be a person of interest selling to the same 200 people over and over and over. You got to add new people, which is why our Monster Funnels division is so critical. Now, let me wrap a bow around this, then I'm going to take some questions, okay? This is a big concept, folks. Think altitude. This is such a big concept, okay? I just can't unpack it tonight. I'm giving you some of my secrets, but I can't give you all my secrets. You're going to have to get in a room with me February 17th and 18th, or purchase the live stream to go through the 2-day boot camp with me to get it, man. I spent 10 years doing this, okay? I spent 10 years trying to figure this out. I'm going to give it to you in a 2-day cycle, okay? This is why the first time I've taught person of interest in probably 10 years in a 2-day setting. I'm opening up my 8,000 square foot lodge in Christiana, Tennessee. I've got 54 seats that I can sell. I'm doing it at $2,500 to spend 2 days with me. Let me just ask you a simple question, man. How much will it be worth if you master this concept? I'm thinking right now about a real estate agent that took this concept and was doing 48 deals a year. He's now doing 160 deals a year. He went from making 80,000 a year to 80,000 a month. 80,000 a month, folks. I'm thinking about a mortgage originator that came to me that wanted to do 60 million. She did 200 million last year when she became a person of interest. She made over $2 million. I'm thinking about a high school basketball coach that had never sold a mortgage in his life and took my person of interest strategy and went from doing zero, did 150 million this year, made $1.5 million personally. What would it be worth to spend 2 days with me getting this concept right? If you're sick of chasing leads, if you're sick of being the best known secret in the world, if you're sick of being out there going, man, I know I want to be known. I grew up wanting to be famous. I wanted to be a famous coach, wanted to be a famous author, wanted to be a famous speaker. There's nothing like going to a conference and everybody in that room knows who you are. How much easier is it to sell something when everybody knows who you are, folks? No matter what you're doing for a living. Out of all the concepts I have, this one is probably the biggest one. All of them are my favorites, but this one can make you the most money. So here's what I want to encourage you to do. I want to encourage you to spend 2 days with me at the lodge, February 17th and 18th, 8,000 square foot. You come into Nashville, Tennessee. It's a beautiful city. You tour the New Greatness Factory. We'll take you on a tour. Okay. And you come and spend time with me. For all the people who take action tonight, okay, on the offer that we're making, I'm going to do a private dinner on the first night of Person of Interest where I sit with you. We talk eyeball to eyeball. You can ask me any question you want about becoming a person of interest, okay? And you take it to the next level, okay? I want to talk about a speaker that I work with that went from not making any money to 600,000 in his first year of going through this Person of Interest strategy. Man, I could go on and on. I could show you person after person after person after person that has taken this strategy, found their primary skill, learned how to market and promote that skill, and exploded into the atmosphere like a person of interest does. I'm using it from going from a high school basketball coach to an internationally known person. Like everything I'm teaching you, I'm doing, right? So if you want to learn that strategy, who's in tonight, man? Before we take any questions, um, who's in? I'd like to know. Kelly Eichler, thank you. I want to give you a shout out. If you're in and you're coming to Person of Interest, who's going to take action tonight and get serious about their person of interest, man? I tell people we could have this talk today or we can have it 10 years from today. Nothing changes, folks, until you change it, man. This is the tactic. This is the strategy. This is it. Okay? Come on. Brett Coffee, I can't imagine that. If you're coming, right? Claire Person, thank you. If you're coming to one of my boot camps, you're coming to Person of Interest, you're going to have dinner with me. You're going to sit there with me and be there with me. Who is in tonight to tell me that they're in? I want to see it with my own eyeballs. Okay. Brett Coffee, take that one. Pray Drive locked in. Claire, good. Okay. If you're out there tonight, folks, and you're either taking either one of the options, come on, Michael. Thank you very much. Okay. John, I'm interested. John, let's move you from interested to committed. You spend 2 days with me at that lodge, I'm telling you, it's going to change your life, folks. Absolutely change your life. Okay, Justin, I'll see you next week. The word decide means to cut off fear, folks, to kill off any fear. If you're out there and you're watching this and you're thinking, dadgummit, I'm in, man. It's time for me to be a person of interest. I'm going to get on a plane. I'm going to drive. I'm going to do whatever I can to spend 2 days with Coach Burt at that lodge. And I'm going to let him show me a strategy that could change everything for me. Like I said, I've written 16 books. I'm writing number 17 right now. And out of all of the strategies that I've come up with in my life, this is probably one of the biggest ones, man. It's just that simple. So if you're out there and you're saying, I know I have something special. I don't know how to distribute it to the market. I know I want to become known. I'm thinking about a little country music singer I'm working with right now that, man, all she needs is to become known. All she needs is to become famous. All she needs, right? All she needs is to take it to another level. I'm talking to a lot of you guys, right, Laura? It's like, man, he's talking to me tonight. Coach is talking. I was his high school basketball coach. And I'm like, man, I know I want to be known in the world. I don't want to be a coach. I want to be the number one coach. Then I started speaking. I don't want to be a speaker. I want to be as big as Covey and Maxwell and Tony Robbins and Kiyosaki and all the greats, man. I want to be that good. Okay. I don't want to be small. And then I write person of interest, man. And then I write, keep going, and I keep writing the books, and my life just continued to expand, but it can be so much bigger. So I want to encourage you guys. I'll take some questions right now, but if you're on here tonight with us, I got 7 minutes, and I want to encourage you. Find your special, package your special, sell your special. Okay. Learn to market and promote yourself like crazy. Come on, Justin. I'm counting on you, big guy. I can't do it without you. I'm telling you, I wish I bottle up the experience at the lodge. And man, if every person that comes to that lodge, I got testimonials like crazy from people who've come to my lodge and said it was one of the greatest experiences of their life. It was truly transformational. This is a strategy. Okay. All right. Yep. I'd love to be on your virtual summit. Can you come pick me up? Maybe. Depends on where you live, John. Private jet goes about 2,100 an hour is what my private jet cost. Okay. But I'm moving, I'm circulating, I'm taking action. So what questions do you have tonight, folks? Can you say something about catching some momentum and pouring gas? Absolutely. Momentum happens when you find your voice and you exert force and energy toward a goal, and other people are like, dang, what are you doing, man? I want to be part of this. People want to be part of something that's moving, that's growing, that's expanding. They do not want to be part of something that's static. Biggest fight we're facing right now in America is complacency. So when you're doing these big things in the world, and I'm watching you document these big things, you are bringing an energy and something that is so incredible that I'm dying to be part of it. Okay. And luckily people from all over the world call us every week and say, man, I want to be involved in something coach has got going on. I want to get out of this static, stuck, complacent world I'm living in. And I want to play at the highest level, man. And I love that little dude because that dude is doing big things. Okay. All right, Aaron, question here. How do you create confidence in others? Number one, confidence is the memory of success. I wrote a book on this called Swag. It is an internal knowing that you can create or manifest something. The way you create confidence in other people is you have repetition, role play, testing, cadence, rhythm. You push, man. You put them in environments. You can create a high prey drive environment where people have to play up. Their confidence has to be high. Only through doing do you create confidence. Only through doing. Okay. My weekly coaching sessions are on Monday. For if you're Monday, every Monday at 4:30 in my Monster Producer Coaching Program is my coaching session. Then once a month I teach a live version. That coaching program is $9.97 right now. If you're interested in that, let Eric White know. All right, Lori, how do you create a unique branding when you're similar to things others doing? You can't be similar. There's an exercise we'll do at Person of Interest Camp, Lori, that helps separate you. It's a framework that I use to find your differential, to find your free prize, to package and sell what makes you unique in the world. Okay. So when you have something special, most people don't know what they have. They don't know how to package it, and they sure as heck don't know how to sell it. So people of interest figure out this is what makes me unique, man. All your uniqueness comes from your past, by the way. What makes you unique is the past. Your past makes you unique. Okay. All right. I got time for one or two more, folks. All right. I want to know who's in, who's coming to Person of Interest. If you're serious or serial, you got to take action tonight if you're going to get the private dinner with me, folks. Okay. You're right, Kelly. You got to become a person of interest, and then you build a boutique that's interesting. People of interest build organizations of interest. Okay. Brett, come on. There we go. 219. Let's go. Let's do this. Look forward to seeing you. Okay. You're going to be there as part of that other boot camp, aren't you? Okay. Catherine, thank you guys. Listen, I want to thank you tonight. If you're coming to Person of Interest, if you let Eric White know, he can take care of you. If you want to take action on the link, then take action on the link. But nonetheless, man, this will change your life, man. Okay. You don't have to believe me. It's changed my life. Writing that book changed my life. It put me on a course to become known in the world. And this is part of my mission, is to help you to become known. The faster you become known, the faster your life takes off on a rocket ship. And that is the truth. Everybody needs a coach in life. The link is in here. Eric@coachburt.com if you're interested, guys. God bless you. I'm going home to see my two kids. I hope you have a great day. Scottsdale, Arizona. I'll be in Scottsdale this weekend speaking. I'll be in Houston, Texas on Monday and Tuesday. And then I'm flying over to Dallas to put a big deal together that you're going to see next week. Lisa, I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you, Lisa. Come on for me. You guys have a great night. God bless you.